So during my turn, I managed to clear a good chunk of the infantry that was left over here. Um, I managed to clear out his Wraithseer, one of his Wraith Lords. He's got another Wraith Lord still in combat with my squad, down to one wound. Um, I just sort of shuffled my units around, and I got the charge off with the um, Phantom, but because of Eldar Fields, I didn't do much. I got two pens on the Revenant, and I managed to roll two ones for those pens. So we all kind of laughed at the uselessness of it. And they're now locked in combat, so hopefully I can do something in the next turn. In Clay's turn.
Wah wah. Dan failed to make any wounds against my Revenant with his Phantom. I failed to make any. 6 misses, so he sucks, and and nothing happened there. I took out the Shuriken cannons on the Wave Serpent there with my Warp Spiders that deep struck in, and my Storm Guardians came on, fired a fusion gun. So nothing major there, but I took out its gun at least. All my Wraithguard came on this turn over by where the rest of the force came on. The Spirit Host of the Lost. They took aim at the enemy Wraithseer, which was wiped out, and also the Warp Hunter, which was it's not going to be able to shoot next turn, but otherwise it's fine. My Swooping Hawks also deep struck in against the and they took their shots against the Fire Dragons, took a couple of them out. Uriel's slowly making his way over to try and do something, but he'll probably die long before then. Other than that, I've got the remnants. I've got my Farseer still over there next to an objective, and I got the remains of a Dire Avenger squad and also Asserman moving around in the backfield. But now everything's on the board, so it's a matter of living to see the end of the day.
Here we are at the bottom of turn 4. This is a real big turn for me. I managed to tank shock the Farseer, who is running away, and hopefully will go off the table before he gets a chance to regroup. My Phantom finally, with only getting 2 hits, managed to get enough chain reactions to destroy the Revenant in hand-to-hand. Other than that, the Warp Spiders refused to run away. They actually made all their break tests when I tank shocked them. And between the Scorpion and the Revenant, I managed to kill off all of the Wraithguard. However, I did absolutely nothing to the Spirit Seers that accompanied them.
Technically, the Scorpion didn't even fire them, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, it did?
The Scorpion got the... Oh, no, you're right. The Scorpion took out Fire Dragons. It fired its Bright Lance at that dude and did nothing. It was just the Revenant that took out the Wraithguard on its own. And then here you'll see just a Swooping Hawk because my Fire Dragons fired, leaving only the Exarch. They then charged him, and with superior numbers managed to lose combat, get chased down, and die by the mighty Swooping Hawk Exarch. So much for them being a crap unit. They're apparently one of the best close combat units that Clay has.
Alright, so I charged one of my Spirit Seers in there, got taken down, but I took out another Wraithguard. That combat's really only 2 turns at most. It's gotta end soon. My Swooping Hawk charged into the Falcon.
It can't shoot.
Shook it, so it won't be able to shoot next turn. I started sniping at the Warwalkers down here. Neither of them can shoot next turn from my Dire Avengers. They actually got to do something. My Storm Guardians ineffectually fired a fusion gun at the Scorpion, and my Warp Spiders ineffectually shot at the Falcon while the other Spirits here charged from the front. Can't shoot anymore, but otherwise it's fine. And we're running out of things to do, so that's the end of my turn.
I have whittled down Clay to just 2 active models. We've got Asperman with 2 wounds left in the corner. I wiped out his Guardians over here, his Warp Spiders, his Spirit Seer, and right now all he's got left is this puppy over here, a single Wraith Lord. He took out the last Warlock in combat, and that's pretty much it. Clay's got his 2 models, and then after his what I assume is a very quick turn. We'll get to see if the game continues. Uh, Clay, you want to recap?
Sure. I have two models left, Asserman and Wraithlord. The end of last turn, I finished off the Spirit Seer, so I came down here to shoot ineffectually at the Falcon. It cannot shoot next turn. And Asserman wasted shots against the Warwalkers. There's very little I can do at this point, so it's a matter of fighting to the end.
All right. Roll a die 6 to see if we continue or if we end it. It ends, and it ends at a draw. I have one HQ here, which, per our pregame rules, troops, HQs, and formations can hold points. So I've got one here uncontested, and Clay has a Wraithlord there uncontested, and that's it. Even if Astroman is close enough there, I've got a contesting unit, so all this big battle and death and all these survivors, and it is just a draw. So, as always, a very tight game with Clay.
This was more of a demonstration game than anything. I allowed Dan to take as many super heavies as he had, mainly because my buddy Alex, he had not seen the Phantom Titan and what it was capable of, so I wanted to give him a shot to understand how powerful it is. On the upswing of this, he had so many super heavies that he only had like 4 scoring units.
Oh, 3?
Yeah, 3 scoring units. So basically, it was a matter of me racing to take down his scoring units and hopefully keeping enough alive, because I knew that I was not going to defeat him in a war of attrition, since I did not have nearly enough firepower to take down that many super heavies. All of them survived unscathed, but aside from the grab tanks that were flying around, all his other troops died. There wasn't really that much to kill, though, so it ended up being a game of survival. My MVP would probably be... Well, I would have to say that it wasn't so much a single unit as the formation. My Spirit Host of the Lost, which was around 1,300 points, I think, for my Wraithseer, my pair of Wraithlords, and my pair of Wraithguard units. While they absolutely got decimated by the super heavies, they did come on from reserve with flank march, and they were able to clear out the table quarter, in essence, of all his wraith units that were one half of his scoring capable units. So that did me a tremendous favor. Other than that, honorary mention goes to the single Spirit Seer that Death or Gloried his Wave Serpent to make that a wreck and stop his Seer Council from moving around. I'm not sure it would have made too much of a difference, because he would have been claiming an objective either way. He crashed right next to an objective, but it was certainly a hell of a move right there. Other than that, everything performed about as much as I expected it to, and it was a pretty good game.
This was a lot of fun. I'm actually really happy it came out in a draw, because I felt bad using so many super heavies, but Clay wanted the gloves off because he really wanted to showcase things for Alex, and I think, Alex, you got an appreciation for what the Phantom can do.
I really realized that I need more heavier firepower should we ever play.
Yeah. So that's actually why we used it, even though both Clay and I had said a Phantom was kind of too big for a game this small, a game less than 10,000 points. Once again, the Phantom was awesome. It did take out his Revenant, except it took a long time to do it because I was rolling really horrible. But what we found out is it only got 2 hits on the round that it destroyed it. And those 2 hits, with chain reactions from the +1 from the D-Strength weapon, it just destroyed it. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is that you don't need all your hits to get through. Just a couple will pretty much cripple whatever you're fighting against. Unit of the match for me was the Revenant Titan, because Clay had, as part of his formation, 20 Wraithguard come on late, and in one single shooting phase, that Revenant managed to wipe all of them out on his own because they were clumped up together. So that in and of itself made him pretty much my MVP, because he made back his points right there. I was actually getting worried for a while that I was going to be incapable of doing anything other than attempting to table Clay because I only had the two troops units and then the one HQ capable of scoring. I didn't have any formations. So
Your Wraithseer.
Oh,
And technically you could have broken off your Farseer as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
technically you had 5.
I was playing them as a single unit.
Right.
I technically had 5 scoring units, but I was playing them at one of the HQs as a single unit. So I totally forgot about the Wraithseer because he made such an impact on the game.
Like mine?
The I think disappointing unit of the match was both of our Wraithseers, who both managed to kill one Wraith Lord and then die pretty unspectacularly. And I know Clay didn't mention him, but he should give honorable mention to the Swooping Hawk Exarch, who sustained a charge from my fire dragons and managed to wipe them out. A sad day for Craft World Ulthwe in a rather embarrassing display. That's pretty much it. It was a great game.